How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Gameswell show. My name is Andrew. I'm your host. And for those of you who don't know, this is Subtrendy's video game talk show. I'm very excited to be back. My voice was being weird, but it's okay.
It was. You had almost a 20s announcer voice going for a second there.
Yeah, no.
Just announce horse races and baseball games.
Yeah.
Anyway, today we have Jessica and Taylor with us today. Jessica, you haven't been here in a while, so it's good to have you back. Thank you for being here.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, you were on vacation for a while, and you work now. Well, you've been working, but now you work when we film normally, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm off now.
You are.
So I get to be in it.
Yeah.
I missed all of E3, though, which I'm pretty bummed about.
Yeah, you did. We had a lot of good E3 fun.
We did.
We did. Taylor, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Awesome. All right, let's get started and start the show how we start every show. That is, what have you been playing lately?
Am I up first?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry to be kind of lame, but really nothing. I haven't been playing a lot of stuff. I've been so busy. I've been between work and doing Subtrendy stuff and then traveling. When I was back home with my sisters, I didn't play anything, actually. You know what? I did play a little bit of, the old school Donkey Kong arcade game because we have an arcade machine in our basement.
Big Monkey. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Big Monkey, as my sisters call it, or used to when they were young. Little bit of, oh my gosh, why can I not think of the name right now?
You played some Dragon Age the other day.
I did play a little bit of Dragon Age. I started
one?
Inquisition over again.
Yep.
So I couldn't remember where I was, and I didn't actually finish that game because I got perfectionist syndrome when I first played it, and I was like...
Were you in the hinterland forever?
No, I was. Okay, so I did a bunch of stuff, and I was going back, and I was finishing everything up 100%, and I was about to go to the final battle, and I know that once you do the final battle, certain quests end. You can't do them anymore. So I was like, well, I don't want to fight the final battle because I need to take care of all my loose ends, and I just ended up not finishing it up. Yeah. So, I don't know. Oh, Galaga. Galaga was what I was going to say.
Nice.
I kind of am awesome at Galaga. I was going to call it Galactica, and I was like, that's not.
That's a different thing.
Yes. But Galaga. So I'm pretty good at Galaga, not going to lie, and I played a lot of that too. So.
Cool.
Yep.
Taylor, what have you been playing? Same old?
I mean, yes, same old, but more Darkest Dungeon. I also did another playthrough recently of How to Fool Boyfriend.
Wonderful.
Which is a quality little dating sim there.
Tony's actually playing that right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So much fun.
You know what? Speaking of those types of games, and Tony, though, I actually did play a little bit when I was on my trip and on my flights and stuff. Long Live the Queen, which is this cheap. It's a cheap Steam game,
oh, it's hilarious.
but it's ridiculously fun. It's
Yeah.
like a time management thing where you play as a magical princess and have
naturally.
It's amazing.
You showed me.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Okay, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So I played some of that.
So how's the pigeon?
Yeah, the pigeons are great. My personal favorite is he's a quail, I think, the doctor. Actually, he may be a partridge. I'm not sure. But he's really chubby and cute and then also psychotic. But, his theme on the game is the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, and it just cracks me up.
That sounds so good.
I've been playing Fallout.
We're like, oh, and he's like, I'm playing a real person game.
No.
Yeah. I see how it is.
No, everything's a real person game.
I've been playing a lot of Angry Birds.
I just don't want to hear.
Angry Birds is not a real person.
I just don't want to hear about dating pigeons, for as long as that.
I mean,
I've been playing Fallout. I finally got into all the DLC. Got to get my trophy level back up to 100%. I'm at 86 right now. So,
oh no, baby.
Yeah. I know. I just got to finish Far Harbor really, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Which is, oh my god. Today you can ask Jessica.
Yeah.
I was playing Far Harbor, and there's a part of it that is so bad and so poorly designed. And it's required, and it made me want to stop playing.
It's like you're inside of a computer, right?
You're inside a computer, but you can only you're only in the build option. Build, you have to make pathways to connect things. And yeah, you're only in the build town.
Which mode. When I'm playing Fallout, that is not what I would want.
Exactly. And so it's just so poorly designed.
That sounds extremely tedious.
Yeah, it is. And I didn't even start the stopwatch. They don't really give you any direction. They're just go, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Jessica, since you are sitting to my right, closest to my right, that is.
Do I get the honor of the first
topic? You do.
Oh.
Because I'm a narcissist, and I believe mine's most important, so it's saved for last.
Okay. That makes sense.
No, that's just how we've always done it.
All right. So I have to remember what my first topic was. Or my topic was, because I cannot remember right now. I wrote it down. I'm going to look. This is embarrassing. Bear with me.
Let's all make fun of Jessica.
But yeah.
I remember what it was going to be. Okay, it was going to be the best multiplayer experience you've had with a video game.
Oh, okay.
So
were you talking like online multiplayer?
Either way, just best experience playing with other people.
Okay.
Whether it's local co-op, whether it's online.
Oh, that throws a huge wrench in it. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, one of you guys begin.
Borderlands 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
Co-op or online? Like online or local?
Couch co-op.
Couch co-op?
Couch co-op. Either with, well, both actually. Because Jessica, Dan, and I all played it when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And we had LAN parties almost every night. And Dan and I almost both failed out of college because of it.
Womp womp.
Love Borderlands 2. One of my favorite games. And then when the Handsome Collection came out for PS4, I bought it for me and my friend. I got it for him for his birthday, and we destroyed Borderlands 2 again and all the DLC, and that was a lot of fun. So
it's always just like a really fun game for you and I to play too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whenever we're like, let's spend some time together, but we don't feel like going out or spending money. Yeah, no, we still talk to each other the whole time. But I'm just saying,
Smack
like,
talk.
Yeah, it's just really fun to like sit down, play some Borderlands together, like. Just chill out in underwear and eat some Chinese food.
Yeah. I think like my competitive one though would definitely be Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
Even though it came out recently, like playing as Mercy and like keeping the team alive, so satisfying. I hate support characters, but damn, do I make a good Mercy. I'm a sexy angel.
You are a sexy angel. big scepter too.
Yeah, I've got a big staff, gonna bop people with it.
There you go.
Until their sickness goes
away. Until they get dead.
Until they get undead.
That's true. Yeah, you're a healer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are mine.
Oh gosh, I don't really play a lot of co-op, honestly. Especially not online because I don't like dealing with people I don't know already. Which I'm sure like a lot of our viewers probably relate to.
Yeah.
But I guess probably like the one that's been really fun for me. I have two, and one's kind of an maybe not quite what we're talking about. The first one is the original 2 Battlefront games for the PS2. My brother and I did couch co-op with that a lot. Sometimes we played on the same team. Sometimes we played different teams. I like the co-op better than I like
the story
against each other. Well, yeah, playing against each other. I like that better usually. But I also did like playing opposite him because normally my brother is a lot better at video games than I am. There's like a rare few where I'm better. This was one of them. At least not the second one, because the second had the cheap auto-targeting thing. Yeah. Where you like sticky targeting. First did not, and I was better at the first than he was. I sniped a lot. I was very proud of myself.
So what we learned is Adam is a cheater.
Clearly. The other good one is kind of an online one. I love watching my brother and his friend John play Call of Duty online because they just get so snarky at everyone, and it's really funny. I really enjoy that. That's a lot of fun. And I actually had another one. When I was a freshman in college in our dorm lounge, someone brought out an Xbox, and a bunch of us just took turns playing Left 4 Dead 2, and that was really, really fun. And I think that was where, because it was pretty early on, and that was where everyone learned that I have, if I get laughing hard enough, it's very hyena-like. I mean, like to the point where there was one time I was hanging out in the lounge, someone made me laugh, and someone else was walking by, popped in and was like, "Are we watching The Lion King?" Looks up at the TV, Lion King is not playing, no, it's just me.
Oh, man.
So there,
Left 4 Dead is fun. Left 4 Dead 2 is really good.
No, the first one's fun. The second one's more fun.
I actually disagree.
See, I like melee more than I like shooting.
No. Give me
the fire axe and I'm happy.
Oh, auto shotgun.
I am a human
shotgun.
Much.
We've been over this.
I know.
Yeah,
you are shotgun.
You really are.
No, I like the fire axe the best. That's my favorite. It's just so much more visceral. It's more satisfying to me.
I can get that.
Yeah.
I can connect to that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I understand what you're laying down. I'm picking it up.
Gotcha.
Okay. Jessica?
All right. Okay, so I have to go with this is really hard for me. I know I'm the one who picked this topic, so you would think that I'd have like a very clear end goal. And response, But for me, it's very hard. I would say 2 that I put together, and it's very hard for me to separate them. And they're local co-op games, and they're fun with family. They are fun with friends. They are fun when you're drinking. They're fun when you're sober. Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, wow.
I have to put those together. What were you going to think that was?
I was gonna suggest Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, I do love Super Monkey Ball too, but not Mario and Super Smash are classics. Like you can pull them out. What did I say?
You just said Mario.
Mario Kart.
Okay,
Mario Kart,
cool.
not Mario. You can pull them out. Everybody can pick them up and play it. You don't have to be extremely skilled. You can be, but you don't have to be. And it's just a good time. Like I said, I mean, you can do it at parties where you're drinking. You can do it with your little sisters, you know?
Who are also drinking.
So, yeah,
Kidding.
especially the
That's a joke.
8-year-old.
Yeah.
But,
Real
yeah.
lush.
Yeah. Too many fermented apple juices.
Put it in my baba.
Oh my god.
So those I really love both of those games, and even like we play them with Hoffman and the guys too, and we play them here. They're just good fun. They're really good fun. And then I do have to give an honorable mention to Borderlands because playing that with you is so incredibly fun, and I love doing that. I love sniping. Like that's definitely my thing.
Yeah.
Pistols and sniper rifles, all I need in a video game ever. Don't like shotguns. Don't like assault rifles. Don't like machine guns.
Shotgun rocket launcher.
Yeah, see, you're the complete opposite. I like subtle. He likes...
No, I want everything to blow away.
Yeah.
Like...
I just want to run in and hack it to death.
I think that kind of describes us all.
Yeah.
Like, pretty accurately.
Well, I know, like, when we did the Horribly Played for Dead Space, and I was just like, I could shoot the thing, but I'm just gonna
stomped
smash
everything.
it and curb stomp it.
No, like, for me, like, I want to come in and be, like, as obnoxious as possible.
Yeah.
And just
You're
spray...
that guy.
I'm going to spray buckshot everywhere.
He's Leroy.
He's Leroy.
I am Leroy.
He really is. Okay.
So does that make so if he's Leroy, that means he's like the Jon Snow after last night's episode.
Yeah, last week's episode. Yeah, definitely.
Or last night, not last night. Last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Honorable mention for me actually goes to Octodad as well.
Hey, man, I haven't even finished my top mention.
I'm sorry.
So, before I was so rudely interrupted by our host...
I don't know if it's called interrupting. If it's
I think
the host.
it is.
Anyway, continue.
Anyway, what was it again? Again, already. So my top one has to be Civilization.
Ooh.
I love playing Civ with a group of people, like online, whatever. And I think that kind of in line, like the same type of game as Age of Mythology and Age of Empires and stuff like that. Because like Age of Mythology was what got me hooked. I played that when I was a kid with like my dad and sister.
Age of Empires here.
They're all fun. But Age of Mythology was great. I would pick like the Egyptians every single time.
Age of Kings is my favorite.
Yes.
Because the Britain's longbowmen are so cheap. I love it.
But yeah, and then you could get like the Titans expansion where you each each religion got their own Titan, and you could just stomp the crap out of people's towns. And then Civ is kind of the more mature version of that. And either way, it's a good, fun time. Kind of historical, strategic. I love it.
All right, so Taylor, what is your topic?
All right, so I have this thing where I like to imagine, since I'm a big literature nerd, I like to imagine Dante imagining circles of hell for individual people.
Okay.
So...
Interesting.
It's just a thing.
Just like a passing fancy.
Just a passing fantasy, yes. So I was kind of thinking, if Dante was a video game designer and was making a game specifically to be your video game hell, game would it... If there is a game that already exists, what would it be? Or if you can't think of one that exists already, what would it be like?
What a topic.
What's funny is you brought this up as a topic, before we...
started filming?
Before we started filming, and I've been slowly thinking about it as we've been going on. And the first thing that comes to mind is some sort of simulation game akin to either Flight Simulator or Farming Simulator, but like obviously not one of those two because that's too easy of an answer.
Right.
Meets like Dark Souls combat. And the forced,
what a bizarre thing
forced
that would be.
interaction of Harvest Moon. Like, you have to build a relationship with these people you don't really care about and, like, mate with them.
Dude, that actually sounds awesome to me. Like, I would play that game.
Really? You want to, like, well, I mean, in a way, the only thing that's missing from Harvest Moon that I described, or Stardew Valley, is the combat system.
There's a combat system in Stardew Valley.
Not
you
in
go
Dark
to the caves,
Souls level.
Not that bad, no. But
Yeah.
like you still fight. You go to the caves,
Oh,
and
no,
you
I
fight.
know.
You level. It is pretty hard and stuff at points.
Yeah, but not that hard.
No.
But yeah, that would be my game. So like, I would actually loathe.
I mean, that's the point of this one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I had a tractor that I was driving armed with a bunch of weapons, but I moved really slow and every enemy moved really fast, and after every fight I had to go talk to all the townsfolk, and I was forced to marry one by the end of, like, winter. That would be my hell.
So like how life used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've thought about this. Thinking of weird things, speaking of weird things to talk about or like think about, I've thought multiple times like I'd be the worst pilgrim in the world. I would just nope.
Honey, you would be the worst pilgrim in the world.
I would just tip over and be like, nope.
Every time I try and think about a time before indoor plumbing, I just think, no.
No, maybe not.
Maybe not. And this is someone who's like, yeah, I like a lot of that kind of stuff. But then I'm like, I kind of like being allowed to vote and own property and have a nice, comfy, warm air conditioning.
And like get a job and like
get a job.
education.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I were going to do my job back 150 years ago, I wouldn't be able to get married because teachers weren't allowed to.
That's true. See, like for me, like I like camping and stuff. So like I like some of the aspects of being a pilgrim, but I like being able to go back to society.
Right.
Yeah, but it'd be like a really long camping trip.
A 15-mile radius of New York Starbucks.
Like I would make it to like the age of like 3 days as a pilgrim and then die. So
in a video game.
Yeah, I mean, or
Pilgrim Simulator.
Yeah. Like
there we go, Pilgrim Simulator.
Yes, that is my hell.
There you go.
That is my hell. Like reloading a musket,
like
but everything else has like
the
a
Witch
katana.
Simulator.
Yeah, no, that would be the worst.
Like fending for yourself on your own land. Yeah. Very difficult.
Fighting things that are really fast, but I have like a musket and they have like katanas or like throwing stars. That would be my hell. So,
there you go.
That's my game.
All right, Jess, what about you?
Okay, so I think that if I had to pick any game that I would hate to play, it would probably be a Deadpool platformer. I hate platformers. I'm not good at platforming at all. I'm not, like, I don't know.
See, that's I love platformers.
Oh, I do too.
I'm not good at them. I don't know what it is. Like,
you enjoy them. You're just not good at them.
I enjoy them. Like, I'm okay at some of them. Like, Kirby, I'm not too bad at, probably. But
Kirby's, like probably one of the weirdest platformers, too. That's the weird thing.
Yeah. But I'm not that good at platformers, and I, like, don't like crudeness, which seems like a weird thing to say. Like
a Deadpool or South Park.
Or like no South Park.
There is a South
I would
Park
not
platformer.
do that. I like South Park when they have satirical episodes.
Yeah.
I hate South Park when it's crude. And like, so for me, I like.
What if it's both crude and satirical? Is it just like a paradox?
Depends on which one's like the 51%. Like
yes.
if there's 51% satirical, she's fine with it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
It's like a dollar bill. Like when you rip it in half, if you got the 51%, it's still worth something.
Exactly. So like something like that would be pretty horrible.
51% of the bill, it's worth $1.
Huh?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I think that's really like the biggest thing for me that would be a deterrent from playing a game is if it was like just some very crude, like for instance, the South Park games, no desire to play them. Grand Theft Auto, no desire. I've played them before, but no desire to play them because for me, like I just don't really like game. I don't know. I'm like very moral, I guess. Not to say that people who play them are immoral. That's not what I'm saying at all. But like,
you're more proper with.
I'm kind of proper. I'm kind of a goody two shoes.
You're a little prim.
I'm a little prim.
Prim is, I think, a really good word.
I really am. Like I like tales of daring, heroic Jon Snow type characters.
She's telling this story about how the neon demon is supposedly super gross, and she's like, and it has all these and these and these things, and I could never watch it, and I'm like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, like it's just not my thing. I like tales of good triumphing evil. I don't like grossness, and
see, that's why I love the South Park games, because like a little bit of both.
No, I just don't like. Ugh.
I can't wait for
that's where I draw the line. So,
Taylor, what would be your hell game?
It's okay. Jess, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this. It would probably be something akin to a like a Final Fantasy like 12 kind of deal, but
I'm fine with that. Final Fantasy 12 is not that good.
Wait, is 12 the one that's basically Star Wars?
Yeah.
Would it be like a later, like one of the less strategic Final Fantasy games?
So 12 or 13.
So 12 or 13.
Or 13-2 or 13-3.
But broken. Like on like not as good.
On like
just
actual
on
fundamental.
Oh,
okay.
I hate turn-based combat like 90% of the time.
Then you would love 12 and 13.
Okay, well
they got rid of it.
Oh, crap.
Okay,
turn-based.
all right. So I don't
so
know
no,
that
I
much.
do disagree with you that because like turn-based combat is my jam.
Yeah.
I love turn-based
How do
combat.
you like Darkest Dungeon?
Darkest Dungeon is special.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You always say that. We're like, but how do you like Star Wars? But how do you like Game of Thrones?
No, that's just kind of how I am. It's just, but this one is special.
Okay.
And Game of Thrones actually fit a lot of stuff that I like until it got heavy into the high fantasy type stuff.
Yeah. So a turn-based thing.
Mm-hmm. Turn-based combat, random encounters constantly.
So still okay. We should
so Pokemon.
So like Pokemon,
yeah.
but like not like you didn't really get anything out of it. It's just like randomly.
So Pokemon without the adorable characters.
Right.
Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter's
No.
not
Actually,
turn-based.
Monster Hunter also kind of like my fiance absolutely loves Monster Hunter, loves it, and I tried playing it for about 15 minutes, and I was like, this is hell.
Yeah, I don't like Monster Hunter either. I don't get it. It's not rewarding to me.
Dan, Monster Hunter's a bad game, and I hate it.
Oh man!
Shots fired.
Some fighting words.
Okay, so
Dan has a Monster Hunter tattoo.
I know.
No, I'm telling them.
Yeah.
Them.
And Dan,
The royal
Dan
them.
knows my hate for Monster Hunter. I don't get it, but I love Dan.
Yeah, so turn-based combat, random forced encounters. I think like a really like meandering storyline
Okay.
that doesn't really like go like not even that it doesn't go anywhere. It's like just kind of fragmented.
I think you would probably hate Final Fantasy.
No.
But Final Fantasy has great stories.
No,
some of them.
Some of them have good stories.
Okay, now here's the defining thing on whether you hate the old Final Fantasy.
Also, I hate how Final Fantasy characters dress. So stupid, impractical armor. I hate it.
Okay.
So,
but now what's okay now?
It doesn't matter if they're male or female. If your armor's impractical for what you're doing, I hate it. It makes me angry.
That's fair. Now, question really quick. To determine if you would actually hate Final Fantasy or not, because some of the things you've described are very Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Would strong characters and like emotional ties with characters, like not with you to the character, but characters within each other, would that help redeem it, or are you talking like more like how do you feel about that?
I mean, like that's something that's like
a case by case basis kind
it's
of
a
thing?
case by case thing because sometimes I like that and I think it's really good. Like Eco or Shadow of the Colossus, it doesn't have a lot of dialogue, but it really does focus a lot on the relationship between between Eco and Yorda, and in Shadow of the Colossus between the Wanderer and the horse, and to some extent the dead girl. But it has like I like that.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like when it's dialogue. I hate cutscenes that go on for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, big cutscenes would be another one that's my hell. I could never play Metal Gear.
Yeah. I was just gonna say you would hate Metal Gear 4.
I could never do it.
God, Metal Gear 4's
If I want to watch a movie, I'm gonna watch a movie. If I want to play a video game, I'm gonna play a video game. The only thing I like that kind of combines the two is like the Until Dawn style kind of like cinematic games. But yeah, JRPGs probably are my video game hell. Just
that's
kind
sad,
of
Jessica's
I know
favorite genres.
that's.
Yeah.
I like American RPGs, Western RPGs
I do like
a
Western
lot
RPGs
better.
a lot.
That kind of almost leads into our next topic.
It does almost. Which is
So do we
weird.
want to go into it? Because I don't have much more to say
Yeah,
about
no,
my video game hell.
That's totally fine.
I mean, of course, and also imagine this is all like broken on a fundamental gameplay level.
Yeah. So going right into the next topic, though, because Taylor, you did leave us with a really good transition last time. Once again, I'm going to go for the second week in a row, a little bit more newsy.
All right, go
Just
for
a
it.
touch.
Oh,
If you
incorporating my jam.
Oh,
New stuff.
Check
Check out Subtrendy.
Yeah, those are trending. Our weekly news show. It's up on YouTube every Sunday at 8 p.m.
And I host it.
Yeah, and we're usually all on it, and then Thomas and Emily, and whoever wants to pop in.
Yep.
But Zelda: Breath of the Wild is the name, correct?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Breath of the Wild.
Jessica, on a scale from 1 to 10, how big of a Zelda fan are you?
Like probably a solid 13.
There we go. That's what I thought. Taylor, have you ever played a Zelda game?
I watched my brother play
Taylor, have you ever played a Zelda game?
I watched my brother play Twilight Princess for all of 15 minutes, so that's the closest
The
that I've
verdict is
ever
Taylor
gotten
has
to
not
this-
played a Zelda game.
Right. That's the closest I've ever gotten to it.
So the focus here is going to be between the two of you, but I'm just going to throw in my Zelda experience. I have played Ocarina of Time up to becoming an adult. I have...
Oh my gosh. You didn't even get into the meat of the game, Andrew.
Anyway, read the walkthrough to my friend Russ, who created our intro video, because we were young children from Majora's Mask, and helped him through that. And so I feel like I've pretty much played it. Hated Twilight Princess with a fiery passion. Didn't play Skyward Sword. And I actually beat A Link Between Worlds, which was fantastic. I loved it. I actually made a Facebook status when I beat it because I finally beat it. I beat a Zelda game.
beat a Zelda
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Your mom was actually very proud of me.
Yeah.
Just as
Well,
mom is
my
a huge
mom
Zelda
told
fan.
me to break up with you when I told her you hadn't played Zelda.
Yeah. That's not the first time she's told me that. Anyway, so the conversation I want to be primarily between the two of you.
All right.
The new trailer was announced.
Oh, you're letting me talk. I'm so excited to get to talk more.
I don't need to let you talk. You just do it.
I know Taylor and I are just like, we get to hear our own voices.
So new E3 footage you guys saw, and
Yes.
Taylor, I know you said this looks awesome. This is the first time I've like really been really interested in a Zelda game. Jessica, you're very like cautious about this. I'm
scared.
And the reason this ties into Taylor's love for Western RPGs more than JRPGs is this has a lot of Western influences. It said it was going to have that from the very beginning when they first really started talking about the game around last year probably. So I just want to kind of talk and get your gauge on what you're excited about, Taylor, and what you're nervous about, Jessica, / what you're excited about, if anything. But before we start that, I'm going to throw in what I'm excited about. You can light everything on fire.
I knew you were going to say that.
And I'm going to burn that Hyrule. If it's Hyrule, it might be Termino. I don't care. I'm going to burn it to the ground.
It's probably Hyrule.
I'm going to burn it to the ground. Your guys' turn.
All right, Mad Queen.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, who's excited for Game of Thrones tomorrow night?
It's tonight because this comes out on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. For us.
No,
this comes out on Wednesday. We just totally revealed the day that we recorded this.
Oh, so this is Game of Thrones is over.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is over. Wasn't that a good episode?
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Taylor.
I too am excited that you can burn everything because I'm kind of one of those in video games. If it can't be lit on fire or destroyed, I will light it on fire or destroy it.
Shout out to Horizon Zero Dawn for being able to destroy huts.
Yes. I have a lot of pent up rage and nowhere good to put it, and that's
bushes
a safe
and pots
place.
just aren't enough.
Yeah, they're just not enough. And video games is a good way to get it all out without actually injuring anyone that matters.
So that's why you like Darkest Dungeon.
I mean, we did it, everyone. we
now
figured it out.
Because now you can send away a bunch of people who aren't real to you to their death over and over.
Except Digby, because Digby is my main girl.
That's true.
Yeah. Every time every playthrough, the first Darkest Dungeon grave robber I got, the random name was Digby, and she was my main girl. So my main boo.
Rest in peace.
Bae, rest in peace. Dig me number 1. So I always
you're just like a crazy person who gets cats and like
keeps
cat
naming
That's what they do in The Simpsons. It's Snowball number 1 and Snowball number 2. Anyway, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Right. But yes, so Digby, I have a Digby on my roster at all times on Darkest Dungeon. Yep. But I think really it's more of a sadomasochism sort of thing with Darkest Dungeon, to be perfectly honest.
So any Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Anyway, Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm excited to light stuff on fire. I really like that it looks a little more open world than a lot of the Zelda games, at least from what I have seen and what little I've seen and what I know about Zelda games. It looks more open world, a little more kind of explore around. I really liked seeing all the details they put into the environments and the wildlife. I will reveal something about myself here. I love scenery. I love scenery possibly more than I love any aesthetic anything, which is why I love Team Eco's games, because the scenery is beautiful. If you were to find my Tumblr, which I will not tell you what it is, but you would see that it is mostly pictures of very aesthetically pleasing scenery of all different types. So seeing those big, beautiful environments really drew me in, and I was like, oh, wow, I haven't seen a Zelda game that had anything like this before. And it actually reminded me a little bit of a Team Eco game. It reminded me a little bit of like Shadow of the Colossus, the like big open expanse. And then it even had wildlife. I was like, oh, this feels like a real place. There's deer, there's animals. And that was exciting to me. And I liked that you can climb a lot because, like I said, Shadow of the Colossus, you climb a lot.
Yeah, and it's broken as hell. Anyway.
I had no problem with it. But so like that kind of thing appealed to me too. And I think just like it didn't have the feel of being like super on rails, which isn't always something I want in a game like that. And I just thought like it looked a lot bigger, and it almost looked like if Zelda and Shadow of the Colossus and maybe like Skyrim or something had a baby. And that's kind of what it looked like to me. And I was like, okay, so I've got the Zelda characters, which whatever. I don't have an emotional attachment to them, but I don't dislike them on principle either. So that's fine.
I just have a deep down like guttural hatred of Link.
No, it's just, they're there. I haven't played the game, so I can't like have any like.
But to be clear,
you've
watched your brother play 15 minutes.
But I have watched my brother play 15 minutes. I do like Minda. Minda's cool.
Yeah.
Minda's cool. That's the only thing I liked about that game.
And she's a total hottie when she's not like a little imp.
I don't remember. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of the sort of thing that I'm excited about. It's beautiful. It's big. You can light stuff on fire, and it feels a little more natural, I think. I think it's a very well named game from what we've seen of it.
It seems to be very, like you mentioned, wildlife and stuff. It seems to be very much focused on the elementals.
Yes,
and the wildlife.
And I think that Breath of the Wild was a very clever name in that it was kind of like a breath of new air into the game. And I feel like that's kind of why they named it that, is because that's kind of what it was implying. Yeah. So I think that was very cleverly named.
If you've been under a rock for like the last 7 or so years, Nintendo's not doing well. It needs help. So
they're not. It's not that they're not doing. They haven't been doing as well historically as they have been doing, but it's not like they're about to go out of business.
No, they've got a ton of money in the bank, but they
got money in the bank.
They've been having some problems with
innovation.
Yes.
So I think
they're not pulling a Konami and gonna go focus on pachinko games.
Yeah, we're gonna HD remakes what's considered the best Metal Gear Solid, but only make it for pachinko machines because we hate ourselves. Anyway, Jessica, I'll let you continue.
Okay, so you want me to talk about what I'm worried about?
Yeah.
I feel like I just have so many emotions on this topic, honestly.
It's okay to say pretty much everything Taylor listed, because based on what I've talked to you about, a lot of what Taylor is really excited about is what you're kind of nervous about.
For me, okay, so I really love video games. I'll start off with that. And I like...
No way.
Shocking.
I know. Okay, so
Breaking news, everyone.
Jessica likes video games.
Okay, but I like certain video games for certain reasons. And to me, I compartmentalize. That's what I was trying to say. The Legend of Zelda has always been one of those series to me that's I think I even used this simile before. But it's my biscuits and gravy, my mashed potatoes, that comfort food. You know what I mean? Well, okay, but I think I said before, which makes it a simile.
Okay.
Shout out to the front bottoms.
Yeah. But it's comforting. That series is really comforting to me, and I get the fact that it's very much on rails, and that it's very formulated in how you play it. Do the first 3 or 5 temples, whatever it is, you get something, the game shifts its tone, you go on to the next thing, and you finish the game, you beat the boss, blah, 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 blah.
Which is usually Ganon.
Yeah, which is usually Ganon. And I really enjoy that. So for me, it's kind of, if I want the open world experience, if I want to craft, because that's another thing, is it's incorporating crafting.
Well, to be fair, they did do that in Skyward Sword.
Yeah, but I just...
Well, I'm just throwing
not
it out
to
there.
the extent.
Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing it out there.
The clothing, I like...
Speaking of the clothing, they did say they're not even sure if Link will wear the tunic.
I know. And that's the thing to me. Is
I'm kind of okay with that. I think his traditional outfit's kind of silly looking.
I would have liked, I think, if Nintendo had made a new game series. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Had abandoned The Legend of Zelda. I mean, I don't want them to abandon it, but
for that particular title.
This particular title.
I can kind of see that.
Abandon The Legend of Zelda and be like, we're going to make a new character, a new hero. This is his story, and this is how it goes. You know what I mean? I would have liked that.
I understand, and I kind of can see where you're coming from there. And I think the thing with Nintendo is they just don't seem to want to move beyond their Mario, Link, their characters who sell.
Let's think really quick. Speaking of Nintendo IPs, what was the last IP before Splatoon they created?
I don't remember.
Probably Professor Layton.
I don't even.
Is that them?
Yeah, and it's not theirs. No, it is theirs. It's Nintendo exclusive, and so is Phoenix Wright.
Okay.
But those were in 2005, 2006.
Yeah, early 2000s.
It's been a while.
Sure.
So they don't do it often.
But I kind of wish they would have done that, because to me, this new game doesn't look like Zelda. It doesn't look like the Zelda that I know. I think that the game overall, aesthetically, what's funny is, okay, so I agree with the fact that you do have these wide open spaces, and they're very beautiful.
The set pieces are really pretty.
They're very pretty, but at the same time, I hate the art style. I hate it. It reminds me of a bit like Skyward Sword, but even more cartoony. And I didn't really like Skyward Sword. It reminds me a bit of Wind Waker. Not a fan of Wind Waker. Yeah. And Skyward Sword, I like gameplay. I just don't like the art style.
I actually like the art style for
it's like Hayao Miyazaki type stuff.
Yeah, no, I actually like that better than I like the
I don't mind
the
Miyazaki if I'm watching a film, but I don't want to play a game that looks like that. To me, it looks like the whole game.
You love Ni no Kuni.
Yeah, I was like, if you played Ni no Kuni.
No, what's funny is I do like Ni no Kuni. I guess I just don't want that in my Zelda game. Is more what it is, because Ni no Kuni is actually a fantastic game. I would really recommend that. Yeah, because it was the original IP. But with Zelda, to me, the whole game looks like it's missing a texture pack that was supposed to be put on it.
Yeah,
and
it's still kind of rendering.
Yeah, it's still rendering. That's what it looks like. Whenever he walks, I'm like, why does it look so blobby? You know what I mean?
I think it looks fine.
See, I don't. To me, it looks like it's missing. Like I'm like, why does this look like this? It just looks bad to me.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's kind of distracting. Maybe it'll be different when I'm actually playing it, and my eyes will kind of adjust to that art difference and stuff. But
an interesting thing to note is we actually don't know if that demo was running on the Wii U or the NX.
yeah.
So if it was running on the Wii U, that makes sense. If it was running on the NX, we have a bigger problem.
Yeah.
And that's the NX.
But a lot of it though is the art. Like I know people like Russ. Russ will probably like it.
Yeah. No, he will.
Because Russ likes that sort of art.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
I
favorite
like stylized art.
My favorite Zelda, on the other hand, is Twilight Princess, and Twilight Princess is dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the art style is all like dark, burnt
Grays,
colors,
browns,
browns, oranges,
Yep.
reds, black. Like it's a very dark looking game, and I really like that. I don't necessarily like the bright blue that looks like a robin, and the bright green that looks like a freshly cut lime. Like to me, it's kind of like I don't know. So I think that the art style is concerning. I think that the open world aspect's concerning. They're borrowing all of these elements that they talked about successfully from Western RPGs. And it's like, the thing is, Nintendo, you guys will never be Bethesda. You guys shouldn't be Western RPGs. What you should do is you should take what you have and realize what works and work
Don't
with
let
that.
yourself be colonized.
Yeah, exactly. Don't give into this globalization crap. Like, I don't know. Which is totally like against how I feel politically. But I don't know.
Okay,
You're not for isolationism?
No.
Question.
I can't say I am.
Now, do you think this is an attempt? Let me rephrase. Do you think that this is either an attempt to get the goodwill of the Western audience back, or B, a natural evolution, or C, a little bit of both?
I don't think it's any of it, really.
Really? You just think it just happens?
I think, to me, it seems like I think that some people who work for Nintendo were playing some Western RPGs and were like, this is kind of cool. We should do some of this. I guess maybe more natural evolution.
Okay.
But the thing is like, I don't think that Nintendo... I think that if they're trying to revamp anything that they're doing, I think The Legend of Zelda is the last thing they need to fix.
Where's my Metroid game?
People are still dedicated to The Legend of Zelda. What they need to fix is their fucking timeliness.
Yeah.
Pardon my language, but I don't care. It's like I have been waiting for a new Zelda game for like 6 fucking years?
No, it was 2012.
Okay, well, it seems like longer than that. So that's the thing to me is like just get your games out on time when you promise to get your games out, and don't release a console saying that you're going to have a game on it and then not release the game for that console.
Speaking of which, there's rumors that Zelda's actually going to be delayed past March.
Yeah. See, that doesn't surprise me. And like that's the thing is, you know what? Put your resources into creating the games that people love and get them out on time so people can buy these games. You don't need to reinvent something that's working. You just need to work so you can get it out. Mm-hmm. That's what it comes down to me.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad. I wanted Jessica on this episode, or at least for this topic, because you were such a big Zelda fan. You're the biggest Zelda fan at Subtrendy.
Maybe aside from Dan.
Dan would be the close second, I think, but I think that you have a much longer history with it. Mm-hmm. And Taylor or Thomas were going to be my other options because you both had expressed kind of the same thing of like, I haven't really touched a whole lot of Zelda, but I'm interested in the new one. So I wanted one of you two on here. Speaking of which, though, of the NX system, just once again, kind of a quick little news blurb, just because this was just announced. Warner Brothers, who did Arkham and Mortal Kombat, have pledged NX support. They said they will bring their games to the NX. That comes out in March. So,
still a little bitter.
Yeah.
Still a little bitter.
About what?
About the NX coming out.
Oh yeah. I mean, we just bought a Wii U. We knew it was coming.
Yeah, I know, but it's the thing for me is just like, I don't know. I feel like Nintendo gave up on the Wii U before the audience did. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing to me is like Nintendo just needs to figure their stuff out.
I feel like Nintendo was always like going either like they're like simultaneously ahead and behind everyone else.
They are. They're
ahead in the
are.
weirdest categories, but behind in like the important ones.
Yeah.
But no, speaking of abandoning their system before the audience has, welcome to being a Vita fan.
Yeah. Seriously.
Do you know how many times
Vita did that too?
Do you know how many times the Vita was mentioned at E3?
Zero,
exactly
right?
0.
Yeah, 0.
Exactly
not
zero.
once.
Do you know how many new games were announced for the Vita last year at E3? 0.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a huge issue in gaming, I think. You know, it's I don't think that people want innovation as much as game developers think they do.
Honestly, I feel like, and this might be just not a super informed person's thing. From what I see, for a lot of the console, like next console generations, honestly, and maybe it's because I just don't know how much about what goes into making a video game. Most of what I see is it looks prettier.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like, I just kind of feel like if you don't have the prettier thing, the other thing doesn't necessarily look bad. Because, like, I remember when I had a PS2 and I played, like, Spyro the Dragon, and I did not remember it looking bad at the time.
Yeah.
And then I went back to play it, you know, a little while ago, and I was like, oh, God, this looks like hot garbage.
That's one of the most, like, heartbreaking things to me, I think, is I don't know how many
Mystery
times...
bonus fourth topic.
Yeah, bonus fourth
fourth
topic. That's one of the most heartbreaking things to me, though, is I don't know how many times I've suggested to my friends, just various friends throughout the years, you need to play Final Fantasy VII. If you like video games and you haven't played Final Fantasy VII, you haven't had such a unique experience in storytelling that I feel bad for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of my thought on that. So I'm like, play Final Fantasy VII. I promise you will have an emotional connection to this game. And I've started it with friends, and they're like, you know, this game seems good, but it just looks so horrible. I can't play it. I'll play it when the remake happens. You know, and like that was honestly back like 10 years ago even, you know, like I remember doing that in middle school, being like, you need to play this game, and they were like, I'll play it when the remake happens. And that, you know, obviously the remake's coming now, we know that, after like last year's E3. And you know, I think it's gonna be next year, honestly, for the 20th anniversary.
You would hope,
but you know, and like that's the thing is, to me, and even now, graphics honestly don't matter that much to me in a game.
No,
I can play old games and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm thinking like of a lot of the games that I like, and a lot of the games I like are even like I was listening to an interview with the guy who made Echo and Shadow of the Colossus and is working on The Last Guardian, and he says they purposefully don't make their graphics taxing on the system. And I look at that and people are like, oh, it's not very realistic, it's kind of cartoony, and I'm like, I kind of like it. Like, it's a choice, it's an artistic style. I kind of like those stylized graphics, the photorealistic stuff. I mean, it's cool that they're able to get stuff that looks that good, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily make me want to play the game more just because it's pretty.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it devalues other games too. You know what I mean? It's like for instance, I think Uncharted 4, revolutionary, beautiful game. That does not mean that
is inherently a better game.
It's inherently a better game. Yeah, and like I think that's so much of what we're seeing now is people making, and that's how Breath of the Wild feels to me, to kind of go back to that and kind of wrap it all up.
Nice little bow.
Just because something looks prettier or like you're adding certain new elements to it doesn't mean that's inherently a better game or more innovative or better than what you had. And I think that The Legend of Zelda has a very unique thing to it that has lasted for what, like 30 years now?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I don't know. I think it's kind of crappy to throw it all away for the sake of innovation. You know what I mean? Make a new IP, do something with that.
Yeah, I think that's honestly my big problem with Nintendo, and why I've never been a Nintendo fan, is I feel like they don't want to do those new IPs and they don't want to take those chances. Because like you said, I can't remember the last thing that they've done since before Splatoon. Splatoon is the last, like, I can't think of anything before that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, within my, like, time as someone who actually plays video games and keeps up with them a little bit.
Or at least, like, one that made as big of an impact. Like, AAA, like, level.
They keep banking on the names. You know what I mean? They bank on the Legend of Zelda name. And to me, it's like you made a different game and are calling it The Legend of Zelda. Yeah. That's what it feels like.
Well, I think that's a little jumping the gun, but let's...
I want to say though, I am gonna play it, and maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll be completely wrong. Like, I will approach it with an open mind. This is just my gut feelings as of right now. So.
Okay. Cool. Well, we've talked a lot.
Yeah.
We had a fourth topic.
We have strong feelings, apparently.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for coming on. It was great.
Thank you for having us.
It was great, as usual. Lots of fun. Lots of good conversation.
Yeah.
All right. This has been the Gameswell Show, Subtrendy's video game talk show. I'm Andrew. Check us out on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you thought. Go like us on Facebook at Subtrendy. We all have, Jessica and I have Twitters. Subtrendy has a Twitter. Go follow us on there and tweet at us. Check out the website. It's a really cool website, as Jessica says.
Just made it pretty.
Yeah, Jessica made it pretty. Aww. We have articles up almost every single day, a bunch of opinion stuff and that we all write. So
reviews.
Reviews, stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Guys
Honestly,
are.
like the only way it could be better if it was like Natalie Dormer, but she's too young.
Yeah,
Marissa
she's
Tomei-
odd.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei is at least
That'll
like.
be like Cousin May.
Yeah, exactly.
Cousin May.
Which makes it sound like a hillbilly.
It really
Yeah.
does.